Hello, welcome to this update for Europe. So let's see here what's happening and some new things that are about to happen. So here we have still some moisture spots of the southeast near Greece, Turkey, some showers, and it's very clear now around Iberia. Finally, last time was in February because of all that rain that occurred. It's kind of good in France too. You have some stuff on the north. So here the European model does show the snow still in the Alps, some spots of the Balkans too, and Italy, some moisture into April 1st tomorrow, and still has some storms around southern Turkey and Greece tomorrow, some rain near Italy as well. It does have some snow in the Alps too, and some occasional rain like Russia, Belarus, and then this goal starts up with a storm or two in Portugal on April 1st. Then on April 2nd, Wednesday, we'll start getting this rain surge into Portugal and Spain again. It's showing Wednesday in spots of eastern Spain, some snow in the Pyrenees too, and more into Portugal, especially later Wednesday. Shows more storms there, and some showers, many spots of central northern Spain. In Portugal, some snow as well. At the same time, this is Wednesday, shows some more rain in Turkey, some snow and ice in a spot or two, some rain in western Turkey as well, and some storms in northern Iraq, spots of Georgia, some snow too, and shows like in France, maybe a little bit of rain Wednesday. This goal still shows some rain Thursday and a few spots of Spain and Portugal. Then by Friday, on April 4th, shows some more rain to Portugal again. So this goes into Spain, some more rain as well. On April 4th, and some storms still maybe on April 4th. And southern France might get some too. On April 5th, shows more like in southern France and eastern Spain, a few showers. And then this kind of goes away, but then starts showing like this is on April 4th, Friday, but like Saturday starts showing this snow like in the Baltics and some rain central, southern, and eastern Europe. And because of that snow in Finland and those areas, the Europeans still wants to bring some snow on Sunday, the 6th, in parts of the Balkans, even Romania, more Russia, Belarus, even Slovakia and Austria, a few spots of Poland, and then it still has this heavier snow for Russia, Belarus, northern Ukraine on Sunday. It does have some in Italy too, spots of southeastern Europe, and a shower or two in a few spots of Spain, Sardinia, and Italy. So this goes on April 7th, shows most of this is off to Russia, but still shows a snow or two in Lithuania, Belarus, Latvia, maybe in the Alps too. So Tuesday, this goes still on Belarus and Ukraine, some snow. Shows Wednesday, another surge into Norway and Sweden, like it still shows like some, especially northern Norway, those sections of western Norway and western Sweden near the Atlantic. But this goes on April 9th in Sweden and Finland, some more snow too, and to Norway. And the European still has this like April snowstorms on the horizon. On April 10th, most of western Russia, Finland, all the way down to the Alps. Does have on April 11th, and does have still some snow on April 12th and 11th in Eastern Europe, Central Europe. But what I just showed you is too far. We can't know much about that yet. But what we do know is this rain storms around Greece and Turkey today, some snow in the Alps and the Balkans, and the heavy rain towards southern Turkey Tuesday, tomorrow, and to Wednesday. Eventually, some snow to eastern Turkey and the Caucasus Wednesday, Thursday in Georgia, Azerbaijan, and some more there. Another thing we do know is the rain in Iberia starting Wednesday, some snow in the Pyrenees, even the Western Alps, and then this goes Thursday, still by Friday, some rainstorms near Portugal and Spain, And yeah, later still shows a shower through a few days, so be aware. And the GFS does show through like that snow in Norway, Sweden, some days, maybe even some ice in the mountains, but shows on April 2nd some snow northern Norway, on April 3rd again in Finland, more of those fronts with snow, even to Sweden on April 4th and 5th. Does have this down to Eastern Europe on April 5th. Does snow like the European shoes. So Sunday, the 6th, the GFS more snow like southeastern to Eastern Europe, and then this goes there into Russia on April 7th, but still shows in Belarus and Ukraine some snow on April 7th, and like northern Greece, Albania, Bosnia, Bulgaria, and those spots of the Balkans. Still has some more storms in Turkey, but this goes on April 8th. This goes to Russia there entirely. But does show on April 9th around Latvia, Estonia, Russia, some more snow, and Finland because of those systems there. It still shows like on April 11th some snow for northern and kind of Eastern Europe too. So we'll monitor this very closely, but be aware there's the icon shows similar thing too, but let's see now some rainfall amounts. So this is until Saturday the 5th, shows spots of Spain and Portugal to 50 millimeters, spots to 57, some in southern Portugal some 48 millimeters, 50 millimeters, spots of eastern Spain 8, 14 millimeters, 23. These values might change depending on what model you use. There might be some higher resolution models closer to when the rain comes, but does show the next 5 days in France too, some 14 millimeters, 38, 43, especially western France and the islands there in Portugal. Madeira Island is showing close to 74 millimeters. The European, the Azores still shows some 43 millimeters, 45, 13. So stay safe, be aware. And does show in Greece and Turkey similar situation, showing next 5 days in Greece close to 100 millimeters, a spot or two in central eastern Greece, and further south southern Greece, more spots there. And shows like southern Turkey might get hit harder, especially some spots close to 103 millimeters, some 77, 91. So be aware of those showers and storms there. There's Turkey, central to southern Turkey, 55 millimeters, 57, and further east into Asia, in Iran and northern Iraq, shows some more storms too in Syria. So be aware, mainly the southern half of Italy shows more rain next 5 days, especially next 3 days. So be aware. And further north in Norway, that's mainly snow, but does show like even to 130 millimeters. Might be some rain and snow in Iceland too. And there's this section here that's just awfully quiet. So yeah, be aware. There's the GFS too, has like in Turkey, those areas in Greece, especially that same spot in eastern Greece, more than 100 millimeters. So be careful those storms, including some other sections of southeastern Europe. The Western Alps is showing more rain and snow there, and central Spain and Portugal, 53, 36, and even to 66, 67 millimeters. So yeah, be aware. And shows here like there's the icon too, shows the icon's more focused in Turkey. It has almost like 173, 182 millimeters, spots of southern Turkey and some other spots of Turkey too, and eastern Greece as well, that does have spots there. If this thing moves here, shows like 96, some 83 millimeters, 92, 79. So just be careful the storms there, some more in Bulgaria as well. And this moisture goes all the way down to Iran with some rain, storms, and some snow too, most likely. So be aware. And this here in Belarus and Russia is probably snow. and some rain, as well as in Norway. That will be a lot of precipitation in Norway there. And maybe a shower too in the UK by the icon. So beware, this is 5 days. If I put like 10 days, does increase a little bit more around Turkey, Georgia, and in Italy in a few spots. But this is too far. So stay safe there. Let's see if they have any forecasts for the storms, but I don't think so. But sometimes when there are a lot of thunderstorms, they do have things. I'll put a link in the description so you can check as well. But be aware there's like some wind gusts, might be stronger in the Azores there because of these fronts. So be aware Tuesday, tomorrow, close to like, where's kilometers? Here's even 2 kilometers per hour gusts. These are just the gusts, some 84, 72. So be aware. Spots of the Balkans too, Croatia, Slovenia shows slightly higher gusts as well, and a few spots in the Mediterranean near southern Turkey too. So Tuesday, this goes, and like might be slightly windier in parts of Germany, France, especially France near Luxembourg, especially southern France, some higher gusts to the Pyrenees, possibly by Wednesday, and shows Wednesday there. This goes especially Wednesday night into Thursday on the Pyrenees, showing more gusts, especially in the Azores, shows some very high gusts in a few spots. Be careful, cuidado com vento nas Azores. Good, so be aware. And even in Madeira shows higher Thursday morning. So this goes most likely in the Canary Islands. Thursday afternoon might have slightly higher gusts. Precauciones con unos vientos el jueves. This is in Las Canarias. Good. So shows Croatia, few spots still, France, and some occasional gusts near the UK. But Wednesday, this goes slightly breezier in spots of France, Germany, but stronger gusts in southern France still, and near the Azores still. Wednesday, this goes Thursday. I think I showed you. I already showed you Wednesday, but here, continuing Friday, shows this low pressure system closer to Iberia. Might have slightly higher waves in a spot or two there, maybe further north in Galicia too, but be aware. So Friday this goes shows slightly higher, a few spots in northern Spain, some gusts maybe into Portugal. So Friday, Saturday, still those low pressure systems rotating the Atlantic around the Azores and Madeira. So just be aware, there will be even bigger stuff in the Azores in the long range, but we'll keep watching. Be aware, in this area here of Iceland and Norway shows still some gusts there. Today into April 1st, they'll show maybe further northern Norway into Wednesday. The European does have some strong gusts, northern Norway and northernmost Sweden, Finland into Wednesday. So this goes maybe into Russia some too, and some more in those areas Wednesday, and it forms this crazy Atlantic low pressure system near Iceland. Later Wednesday night, some higher gusts, and it turns this into a crazy beast and goes into Norway and Sweden. So Thursday shows some very high gusts in Norway. The GFS is a similar thing because usually the European exaggerates on the winds, but the GFS like 128 km per gusts in Sweden Thursday on April 3rd, and spots of Norway as well. So since the models are agreeing more, this totally possible. This might change still. We're still on Monday, but just be aware and warn others there about this potential wind coming. And into Finland as well. Thursday, this goes Thursday night, some in Finland, still higher in Sweden, and the European similar thing. This goes shows more like northwestern Russia, a few spots of Sweden still by Friday morning, and more Friday afternoon spots of Russia, Estonia, Sweden, and then this dissipates there. But be aware, on April 6th still shows maybe few spots Belarus and Ukraine, slightly gustier. 7th showing more into Russia, and if there's that snow there at the same time, gotta watch out for visibility. But does show breezy in the Mediterranean on April 8th. This goes some stronger winds maybe near Greece, and maybe once again in Russia, Norway on April 9th shows like, especially on the 10th, Norway into Finland, St. Hargus, and Poland, and even more areas there on April 10th, and maybe something on the 11th still, but that's kind of far. But be aware. And here shows like the snow too, especially 5 days here shows spots of Iberia, shows the Europeans some 20 centimeters, 19 centimeters, 16. There might be more depending on which model you use. The RO model might show more on the short range, but those does show a few other spots of Spain, some higher elevations there, and the Western Alps as well, 17 to 20 centimeters or even more, and a few spots of southern France, but not that much, and in Austria still shows maybe southernmost Germany, spots of Austria, and central Italy in those mountains, 12 centimeters, 6 centimeters, Bosnia, Croatia still shows some as well, so be aware, still shows in Albania, Greece, in the higher parts of the Balkans, Bulgaria, 21 centimeters, 13 centimeters, shows some light drizzle in Poland, snow next 5 days, Estonia, Latvia, shows this trail of system from northern Russia, northwestern Russia, so 42 centimeters or more, and be aware into central Russia too, those stronger fronts, but northwesternmost Russia shows that, northern Norway especially, uh, shows a little bit northern Finland, maybe some more, but especially central Norway into western Sweden, even close to 100 centimeters of snow, central Norway, Sweden. So be aware, there's snow in Turkey, some mountains of southern Turkey because of those storms, and some more spots central Turkey, even close to 28 centimeters. In Georgia and Russia, 30 centimeters, 15. The Caucasus, some more southeastern Turkey too. And in the end, shows a little bit, but very little. Might be more storms there. So be aware. But there's the icon here too, shows in Austria some, the Western Alps, even to 30 centimeters. The icon, the Pyrenees, has close to 26 to 28 centimeters. Doesn't have much in Greece, but has some northern Albania, Montenegro, and Bulgaria, some in Romania or Ukraine. There's the GFS in the Balkans, more there. The GFS more in the Western Alps, even to 43, even like 70 centimeters. So the GFS very crazy there. But there's in Austria too, and Norway, into Russia there, that heavier snow, and southeastern Greenland, be aware, and still shows snow in Iceland next 5 days, 25 to 30 centimeters, and 7 in Reykjavik, close to 8. So be aware those areas, and some longer range here. The GFS does have snow, this the European just switched, but the European does have snow for Belarus next 10 days, more for Russia, more for Ukraine, and more in Turkey and the Caucasus, especially next 10 days. And does have some more in the Alps maybe, and this area in Eastern Europe next 10 days. The GFS next 10 days is this big blob of snow, Moldova, Romania, Ukraine, spots of southeastern Europe too. So we'll keep monitoring this, but be aware, and here those temperatures are already milder in many areas, especially Spain has been close to 20 degrees this afternoon, southern France as well, especially Portugal, so already more spring-like, but spots of the Alps still cold, some -6, -7, the highest elevations, but some other spots of Europe, some 6, 7 degrees, 8 degrees. The UK is slightly milder too, but further north, northern Norway, Sweden, and northern Finland and Russia still cold, and Iceland there. And so this is Monday. This goes Tuesday morning. Still shows colder central Germany, spots of Switzerland and France, especially northern Italy and the Alps. Few spots of the Balkans, too slightly negative temperatures. Central Italy, spots of even the upper part of Corsica, close to 1 degree. The Pyrenees, and does show even southern Norway and Sweden slightly colder, northern Sweden and Norway even to -13, Finland some negative temperatures, and Iceland still. But this goes Tuesday afternoon much warmer across most of Europe, except the Alps, still cold in the high elevations, but southwestern France even to 22 degrees, not spots to 19, 21, 14, 20. So yeah, better. And Turkey is still colder in the higher elevations, but better in some other areas. The Caucasus is still chilly, especially like -3, -4, and spots of Azerbaijan some 20 degrees, southern Ukraine 17. So Tuesday night, Wednesday morning still shows like Germany close to 1 degree, Poland slightly chillier, Romania, and the Alps spots in the night even to -12. But yeah, the UK kind of coldish, but more northern UK, and Iceland still some negative temperatures in those high elevations. Norway, spots of Finland, Russia, some -4, some -1, 0 degrees. So be aware. The Pyrenees still some -1, -2, and yeah. So Wednesday afternoon, much warmer in many areas. It even shows like 18 degrees in Sweden, but still cold in Iceland. The Alps a little bit warmer, but still cold. And then next night, still some more cold for Russia, Finland, Norway, even Belarus, and spots of Romania, slightly colder, with Slovakia during the night. Through the Alps, especially central Italy, a few spots, but the coastal locations, some 8, 9 degrees, 12 degrees, a little bit better. And yeah, shows Thursday, this goes there, spots of France, warmer, and not areas in the afternoon, but still cold Norway, Sweden, and Iceland there, and northern Finland. But yeah, Thursday, Friday, I'll try to go a little bit faster here, but still shows like cold on April 5th, Northern Europe and the Alps, and those mountains in the Balkans, Southeastern Europe, but milder in the afternoon on the 5th, but Sunday on the 6th shows this kind of cold blast seeping into Central Southeastern Europe, and this kind of a late season cold blast because we're well into spring, but does show the Balkans negative temperatures, more the Alps negative temperatures through Eastern Europe. On April 6th shows more through Russia and Finland colder too, and this year is in the afternoon and still shows cold during the morning, shows like a big portion of Eastern Europe very cold on April 8th, 9th, and the rest we'll check with another thing. But be aware, there's like some different models here too. The ARPAGE shows like those storms Turkey, Greece, that snow, some heavy rain. Today into Tuesday, this goes into Spain and France there, and Portugal, especially Thursday in Portugal, some heavy rain. Wednesday in Spain might be more, especially late Wednesday, and yeah, so be aware. And there's the accumulation from the ARPAGE shows spots of Spain spot close to 60-70 millimeters, even in a few spots to central Spain and southern Portugal to 40 to 60 millimeters, but does show southern Turkey even more than 100, spots of eastern Greece as well. Be careful with some flooding. and in Bulgaria some are too. So be aware. There's the high resolution model too, but this doesn't go out far enough. But does show Wednesday some rain in eastern Spain, even western France, and it just disappeared. So yeah, be aware those areas. There's like some other models too, but here for those temperatures that I, that I was talking about, so shows here those slightly above average temperature spots of Western Europe now, and like so this is now especially in Iberia, in Russia as well, kind of above average and kind of below average some central spots, but this goes a small area of above average on April 3rd further east, but then this big cold blast comes into Eastern Europe on April 5th and April 6th, so shows much below normal temperatures in Eastern Europe on April 6th, still in Southeastern Europe on April 8th, and shows above average still in Western Europe. So this goes some more cold blasts further east in Russia on the 11th, still kind of above average down the west. So yeah, be aware. There's the European too, shows above average on the west, below average central areas. They does have this big cold blast in Eastern Europe on April 5th, 6th, 7th, and until like April. The European still has on April 11th a lot of cold air there. So we'll keep monitoring this, but be aware and stay safe. Check the link in the description for the weather warnings page. There you can see the different warnings, and you can click to see it in your own language if you don't understand here. So please do that if you don't understand me, because it's important. So stay safe.